So what's up, guys? So the first thing I want to talk about is protein. I take Forza Pro peanut butter banana. There are 60 servings in here. This typically costs, it's a 5-pound jar, typically costs about $64. Where I picked this up, I picked it up at NutriShop, and this has 30 grams of protein per scoop. Okay, now some of you guys might say, hey, anything over 24, typically it's about 20 to 25 grams of protein. Any more than that, it's probably you're just getting, you're getting screwed over. You're getting like 15 grams of one type of amino acid. The reason why there's 30 grams of protein in Forza Pro is because it is a whey casein blend. So a lot of times you hear, oh, you need a whey protein and you need a casein protein. Take casein protein before you go to bed, and take a whey protein, just during the day, like as needed. So the difference between whey and casein, whey protein is very fast. It's rapid releasing, very fast. It's in and out of the system within 45 minutes to an hour. Casein protein is a slow digesting protein, so it's going to be released throughout to the muscles throughout like a 6 to 8 hour time period. So that's really cool. It's a blend. That's why there's 30 grams of protein per scoop. I know NutriShop carries another type of protein. It's called protein synthesis that has 34 grams of protein. Again, it's that whey casein blend, and it is a good, it's a good. You get the most bang for your buck with a product like this, just because of the amount of protein that you're getting. So I like it a lot. The flavor is off the hook. I love the peanut butter banana. My next tub I'll probably get is the chocolate one, just because the chocolate tastes like Nesquik chocolate milk. It's so freaking good. Love it. So that's it. That's the protein I take, and let's move on to the next one. So the next product that I have up here is the Stance Lipotropic. This is a fat burner. I'm not taking this right now, but I do have it. The reasons why I'm not taking it right now is simply because it's during swim season, and I did choose to keep bulking. So I notice if I take this, my body, I'm having like super low weigh-ins, and it's really tough for me to eat a lot of food. As a swimmer, I'm eating a lot. So I do not take this right now. Does it work? Yes, it does. I've taken it before. The flavor of this is strawberry lemonade. It is really, really good flavor. The only problem I have with the Stance Lipo is that the mixability is not all that great. I notice that I'm in there like trying to shake it up, or sometimes I get a knife and I have to stir it up. The mixability, okay. I'm just being honest. It's not that good. Good product. It is a good product though. The taste is off the hook. What's in the fat burner is a little bit of L-carnitine L-tartrate. There's a little bit of CLA and uva ursi extract. Basically, what the fat burner is going to do is increase your metabolic activity. Metabolic activity is referred to any reaction that's going on in your system. So it wants to increase that. So as an athlete, or someone that's training, you gotta have the mindset that you are an athlete, regardless of what you're doing. If you're in a sport where people label as a sport, or if you're not, so you gotta have that mindset. But in an athlete, your metabolic activity is going. This is gonna increase it, but what it's gonna do is it's gonna use fat storages as a means of energy. So instead of tapping into your muscle fibers, which is very easy to do, because muscle is a better energy source than fat. That is why we store fat. This is going to allow us to tap into the fat storage and use our fat storages as a means of energy to increase our metabolic activity. So I like it. As of right now, I am not taking it. I probably will starting my cut. So this will probably be on top of the fridge or in my drawers for probably another month and a half, 2 months, just until I start cutting again. But I like it. It's good. It's decent. So that's what I have. The next thing I have is creatine monohydrate. So I did not get this one from NutriShop. I got this at VitaShop. It cost me $20. The great thing about this creatine mono is that my body responded very well to this brand, so I stuck with it. And there's also 181 servings in that bottle, which is freaking dope. For 20 bucks, 181 servings, off the hook. So I've had this for a while, and I still have like more than half the tub in here, so it's probably gonna last me another 3 months at least. It's non-flavored. What I typically do is just throw it back. I'll be honest, I have not been taking it like I should, so I need to hop back on it. Yeah. Basically what creatine is, just a disclaimer, because I know a lot of people, creatine's not natural. It's basically like a steroid. You're not natty if you take creatine. Disclaimer, I want to clear all of that, especially to my audience. Creatine is totally natural. Your kidneys produce it. People, I'll get people to say, well, you said that your body already produces it, so why do you need more of it? So here's my thing. You're an athlete, right? You're doing more, you're practicing X amount of hours, you're doing wear and tear on your body. You're doing a lot more than the average Joe. So you need more in your body to keep your body running efficiently. I mean, you don't put 87 in a Ferrari or a Maserati. I mean, you're going to put 91. You know what I mean? So you need more. So creatine is basically an output supplement. That's how I like to label it. You're gonna feel more strength, more power. You're gonna have more just increased blood flow. Creatine mono, it does increase water weight at times, depending on how you react to a certain type of creatine mono. You'll feel. I know some people have felt bloated. This one did not give me any that bloated feeling. I just noticed that my muscles were fuller. I did gain about 12 pounds in the first 2-3 weeks on creatine mono. But it was lean. It was lean muscle mass because the water was just. I responded very well, and the water was just going straight to the muscles. So I felt bigger. I felt fuller. I was able to bust out extra reps, and I started seeing results within the first 2 weeks of taking creatine mono. So it works. Creatine monohydrate works wonders. Like I said, you only need 5 grams a day. Don't be fooled with the whole loading phase. A lot of like this one on the label, it says first week is a loading phase. So you're gonna take one scoop 4 times a day. That's a lot. That's 20 grams of creatine that you're taking, and that is not needed. It's unnecessary. So you can just stick to taking one scoop or 5 grams of creatine mono a day, and you're set. And that is the creatine I use. The next product that I have is Big J's Intensity Pre-Workout. This light is in my face. It's playing games with me. Big J's Intensity. It is a pre-workout. The flavor is pina colada. The mixability it's good. It's fine. Sometimes you get that last sip is just you feel it. It didn't mix well all the way, but I mean it's fine. You're throwing it back. You're throwing it back, guys. This is straight stim. Very, very heavily stimulant. There's 400 milligrams of caffeine. Correct me if I'm wrong. There might be, I think it's 350 to 400 milligrams of caffeine. I think it's 400 though. So very heavily stimulant. There's no beta-alanine in here, so you're not gonna feel the tingles, but you're gonna feel like a big focus, big drive, really big drive. I noticed that I can also breathe better when I take Big J's. I just feel like my lungs open up. From a little research that I've done on the product, there is an ingredient in there that they use in asthma medication to help open up your lungs. So that is the reason why I noticed that I can breathe better, and I like it. It tastes good. Pina colada does a good job. So that's really it. There's nothing too crazy, too special. Unless you want to consider the very heavily stim, but that's about it. That's the pre-workout. I'm actually almost done with it, and I just bought a new one. But this is the newest investment I have just made to my stack, and this is Stance BCAAs. I picked this up at NutriShop. I love it. The flavor is raspberry pineapple. Tastes very, very good. A little bit about the product. It does have a little bit of coconut water hydration. Now, as you may or may not know, coconut water is probably one of the best things you can hydrate your body with. If some say it's better than just regular water. So I really like it. BCAAs, what that's going to do for you, it's like a protective sheet over your muscles. I tell people all the time, it's think about it like Gatorade. So you get that electrolyte complex. Obviously, it's a lot more than Gatorade, but it's like Gatorade without the unnecessary carbs and the unnecessary sugars. This has 1 gram of carb and 1 gram of sugar, and that's just due to the flavoring of it. So it's really, really good. I like it. It's not stimulant. BCAAs are not something that you're going to feel. BCAAs, I just noticed that I feel replenished, I feel refreshed. It's more of a refreshing thing. I take it during my workout. As to how many times you take it a day, you can take it, I would just say honestly no more than like 3 scoops. Like don't be doing overloading on your BCAAs just because it's unnecessary. But you can take throw it in a gallon jug and sip on that during the day, and then during your workout, throw another scoop in and sip on that. So and that's if needed, obviously. I only do 1 scoop a day, so that's me. That's what works for me. That's my personal preference. I like it a lot. Oh yeah, another thing is just because I didn't go into depth about it. BCA is it's like it's a protective sheet over your muscles. So your muscles are right here. I want to keep them right here. If anything, I want to bump up your muscle. So when you're in the gym and you're tearing down those muscle fibers, you're gonna tear it down here, and then you recover, and your muscle goes up here. So you made progression, training. Excuse me again. So you're making progress. BCAAs, it's going to be a protective sheet. So when you're training, your muscles are going to be torn down, but very little, and then it's going to recover a lot more. So you're able to put on a little bit more muscle while you're on BCAAs. A lot of people recommend BCAAs typically just when they're cutting, because obviously you're taking stuff away from the body to lose weight. So you want that protective sheet over the muscles, rather than when you're bulking, you're getting more than enough, more than what's needed. So that's the BCAAs. The last thing is another pre-workout. No, I do not take both. I just bought this one because I'm running low on the big J's, so I needed a new one, and I bought Hemovex. Again, this is another NutriShot product. The flavor is watermelon, and this is a vasodilator. This is a pump product. So instead of having your caffeine or your stimulant pre-workout and then taking like a nitric oxide blend, or a nitric oxide proprietary complex, this is all in one. The main purpose of it is to give you a good pump during your workout. So there's a little bit of caffeine. There's a little bit of caffeine in there, a little bit of beta alanine, so you're actually going to feel it. And there is a nitric oxide blend. They actually call it their arginine complex. Arginine complex, basically what it is, it's a lot of L-arginine, agmatine sulfate, vanadyl sulfate, which is just going to give you that straight vasodilation. I am not a very vascular person. Obviously I don't have a pump or anything, but as you can see, I'm not vascular at all. So sometimes that's just genetic, but this does help me get a pump. I noticed that the caffeine is just right, the beta alanine is just right for me, so like my tolerance level. I feel good when I'm on it. My muscles also blow up a little bit because it's a vasodilator, so the blood vessels opening up, blood, water, nutrients are getting to and from the muscles more efficiently while I'm on this product. So I really like it. Mixability is good. The flavor, watermelon, it's good. They have a blue ras flavor for Hemovex, and I like it. I'm just a watermelon type of guy, so it's really, really good. I like it. Something a little extra, a little fun fact is that there is Creatine Magna Power. Creatine Magna Power basically is just what's called Crealkaline. Crealkaline is another type of creatine monohydrate. This Crealkaline is fairly new, if not fairly new. It's a lot bigger now than it is before. Crealkaline is a buffered creatine monohydrate, so there's no loading phase with Crealkaline. Same thing, it's the same output, it's an output supplement, and there's no like bloatedness, or there's no uptake in water. It's just all the output without any of the water intake. And some studies have shown that there's a less of a risk, if not, monohydrate doesn't even have any health risk really to it. Though another thing that I would just recommend while you're on creatine, make sure you drink a lot of water, just because you don't want to clog up those kidneys, at least a gallon a day. If not, you don't really need to cycle off of creatine. I don't. Actually, well, I do. It's just because I always forget to take my creatine. So I'll be on a roll, 3 months in a row, creatine, yeah, and then I'll forget for like a good month and a half, 2 months. So if you choose to take it all year round, if anything, I would probably suggest just taking it like a detox or something like that. Go through a detox, for a week or 2 weeks. Take a liver complex just to flush out your kidneys and your liver, your pancreas, stuff like that. So that's really my stack. Sorry if I was talking really fast. I wanted to hit every single product. I didn't want to go into big detail on it, just because I mean, for time's sake. So that's about it. I hope you guys really liked it. I hope I triggered some type of interest, or I opened you guys up to a little bit of the supplement world. If you guys would like to see or hear more about supplements, I mean, feel free, ask me, shoot me an email, leave it on the comment section. I hope you guys liked it. Leave a thumbs up, tell your friends about it, share the video, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe for more content to come. Thank you guys, I appreciate it so much. Deuces.